Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the brand new Kidrobot Streetfighter 5 vinyl mini series. In this video, Spot's going to have a look at an entire case, so certainly if you guys are into long videos, this video is just for you. We're going to go through an entire case, so there's going to be 4 up, there's going to be 5 across, giving us a total of 20. That's simple math. Characters in this wave consist of, let's bring out one of the boxes right here. Featured on the front, we've got Ken, good old Ken. But the figures on the back, though they're not unfortunately listed name-wise, the names are clearly listed down below. So for example, we have M. Bison, we have Birdie, we have Cammy, we have Nash, Chung-Li, let's see here, we have Dal Sim, we have Karen, we have, again, I'm just kind of looking at the ones, Laura, we have Ken, of course, we have Armika, Vega, that is, let's see here, that is Rashid, of course, Ryu, a mystery character, Zangief, and finally, Fang. A good multitude of characters. Now, there are, let's see, 4 across, 4 down. That's a total of 16. So there's a good chance, actually, we might get the characters all in this set. As all of these, well, that's not true. Karen is 3 out of 80, a whopping 3 out of 80. And not only that, but this one down here is also a 1 of 80. So there's a good chance maybe we may not get those. But let's open these up though and we'll find out which ones. Finally, on the underside, you can go to www.kidrobot.com. Check out the other cool collectibles that they're making. All right, so let's open up. Again, this is going to be a very long video. I know you guys, some of you guys like these long unboxing videos. I love doing these as well. I'm going to go ahead and cut open the first box. Treat it immediately to the foil bag inside. And we'll go ahead and cut that open as well to give to us our first figure. And our first figure is Rashid. A slightly more flatter rendition of these characters. I guess comparing them to the likes of a South Park, yeah, they're going to be a little bit more slimmer, a little bit more natural shaped rather than more bulbous shape. Posability, Rashid looks like he's got head articulation and arm articulation as well. Not a bad looking figure. Not a bad looking figure. We'll put him right there. Hopefully he'll stand. And we'll go ahead and open up box number 2. If you guys are interested in picking these up for yourself, you can find these at local comic book stores. If you don't see them there, don't fret. Ask the gentleman that works at the counter or the woman that works at the counter. Ask either one of them, see if they can order these in for you. The next one we are treated to is... I don't see him here. Actually, this could be the mystery character. No, I do not see him there at all. Let's look at the box. I do believe we've actually got ourselves a mystery character. I can't for the life of me remember his name. Does he have head articulation? A little bit. I guess the longer hair somewhat impedes that. And also has arm articulation as well. Again, slightly impeded by the hair. Love the yellow eyes on him. Very cool. I like that. I like also the transitioning of the red to the darker color of his hair. Again, I'm not certain the name of the character. No, it doesn't say. It just says, maybe you guys can let me know down below. I've only actually played Street Fighter 5 a couple of times. My go-to usually is always like Ryu and Ken. I always seem to go back to those guys. Call me a purist. I don't know. Even when I was playing Street Fighter 2 back in, I guess, high school, I always went back to Ryu and Ken as my go-to guys. Moving on, we've got ourselves M. Bison. A very familiar face for long-standing players of the Street Fighter properties. Everybody knows M. Bison. Played horribly, I might add, by Raul Julia. Nothing against Raul Julia. Much better in the Addams family, but not really a good Bison. Bison's here got white hair. Still very much a Bison. I love the grimace on his face. Big piercing white eyes. Once again, head articulation, arm articulation as well. Put him right over there. Stay, Bison, stay. One of my favorite anime movies, too, is the Streetfighter movie, where Chun-Li is fighting Vega in her apartment. Love that movie. The next figure inside, as we progressively move through this entire case, the next one we have is Laura. And very interesting hairstyle. It looks like they all use the same body. Let's see if, yeah. Looks like they do use the same body, same arms, just a retooled head. Like the smirk also that she has on her face. There you have Laura. We'll put her right over there. All right, so now we've already done row number 1. Still got these rows to go through. Let's grab the next box and proceed. Box number 2. Box number 2 gives us, I guess there's really no larger figures. If I'm kind of looking at the cast in front of the box here, there's no real large figures, so picking them up right away, you're not going to notice it by weight, nor even feeling of the bag. But we have inside, a personal favorite of mine, Cammy. I like Cammy. She's got her little, I guess, would those be braided pigtails? Still has a little strand of hair. You can still rotate her head, although you can't rotate it too much because of the one hair here. Still has arm articulation. That might be my favorite so far in the set. I, again, just have a soft spot for Cammy. I just love the way she's designed. Does everybody remember the ill-fated, going back to Raul Julia, the ill-fated Street Fighter movie? As much as I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, I don't know, wasn't feeling it. Of course, that movie as a whole, I just wasn't feeling. The next one we have, speaking of Cammy, we've got ourselves another Cammy. No complaints here. No complaints whatsoever. Again, same articulation. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Oh, that's such a horrible phrase. I want to beat a dead horse by continuing to show you the same articulation. It's the same on all of these. Cammy looks fantastic. Put her right there. All right, we are making some good progress as we round up the end of, well, row 2. Good thing about Kidrobot pieces is that you get a lot in a case. So if you're lucky enough to pick up a case, most, if not all the time, you're able to at least finish off a set. Let's see if we can finish off our set in here. I mean, we did get the mystery character. That's already good news. The next one we have is Birdie. I played Birdie a couple of times. He has an interesting style to him. On the back there, we've got looking for friends. Actually, that's not even a question mark. That's an exclamation mark. So he's not really even asking that. He's just telling you. That is a hairstyle I don't think I could pull off. Just putting it out there. There's Birdie. Put Birdie right over there. All right. You know what? Let's take a brief moment. Now, not taking a break or anything, but let's just kind of look at the figures that we've got so far. Okay, we've got these 3. This one, that one, and that one. So actually, not too bad considering we've still got 12 boxes still to go through. Technically 13 if you count this one as well. And the next box gives to us, the viewing audience of YouTube gives to us, we've got ourselves another Birdie. Now, Birdie technically is shown as 2 of 20, so there's a good chance that he was going to be 2 in the set. Equally so, the same for Cammy. Cammy was 2 of 20. Put him to the side. All right, we are now starting the 3rd row. Go ahead and cut the tape on the front. Open, open, open. Let's see what we got. The next one that we have is Ken. A slightly updated take on Ken's outfit. I still love the smirk on his face. Always the arrogant Ken. I like the yellow that they've chose for him. I think my favorite still from this is so far Cammy, but That's a pretty close contender right there, is that Ken. Opening up the next box. If you do like these videos, Spot certainly appreciates if you guys could thumbs up the video. I like stuff like that. I don't say that very often, but you know what? You know, I don't say it too often. But there we go. There's Ken, another Ken. This is, well, 2 of 20, so that makes some sense. 2 of 20. A little ponytail in the back. Again, I don't know if I could pull off a ponytail. A little man bun. It's not really a man bun. I guess that is a legitimate ponytail. Let me know what you think of man buns also in the comments section below. Passable for a man to have a man bun? Let me know down below. The next box we have, let's see. I don't also have my garbage, by the way, here, so you might hear some boxes falling all over the place as I'm kind of trying to get them out of the way here. The next one we have is a favorite of mine, Ryu. I have played many a times using Ryu. Also Ryu, you know, back in the day in high school and stuff when we didn't really have the internet. What? You didn't have the internet? Well, there was technically the internet in high school. That's not 100% correct, but it was only really in the high school itself that I had a computer and I could look on the internet and stuff like that. But back in the day when you couldn't research stuff, most kids called him Ryu, later on discovering that his name was Ryu. Should I say it? All right, we'll say it. Head articulation, head articulation, arm articulation as well. Ryu. I'll probably put these guys together on display. Best buds. Moving along, we are now finishing up the third row. And yes, you did hear some boxes falling. The next box gives us drum roll. I don't have a drum roll. I don't have even a drum roll machine. I should get something like that. Get something like that going. But we have Vega, who, if I just like look at the box, Vega comes across more almost a light gray mask rather than the white mask that's featured on the back here. Wish that was a little bit lighter, but I like that at least the claws are representing. He's representing the Claw Kingdom. The Claw Kingdom? I don't know. We'll just go with that. Vega. It was Vega. He gets knocked down and he just sits. I don't know why I'm referencing an old movie like the original Street Fighter animated movie, but I still love that movie. I love the music also that they play during that fight scene. That is some good music. Next, we have, again, slightly different interpretation or a different design for him. We have Dalsim. Dalsim, which apparently, oh, it does, okay. I was going to say, it looked like his little necklace of skulls were movable. They are, in fact, movable. And he's got little earrings there as well. I like the design of this guy, too. I smell, let me actually finish that. I smell that could potentially be my second favorite from this wave. I like the Ryu as well. I think Cammy might be the front runner for that. Yeah, I should probably finish a sentence when I start it with I smell. Yeah, maybe finish that one Spot before you just go on with the next topic. Next one we have is Chun-Li, which I think I used to be pretty good if memory serves me, and memory does not always serve me well, but I think I was pretty good with Chun-Li when I played with her. I was much better with Ryu, but I did win several battles using Chun-Li. I like the look of her as well. Kidrobot always does great collectibles. Love picking up blind box collectibles from Kidrobot. Especially like some of the South Park stuff. That's one of my personal favorites. Of course, they did the Simpsons as well. A notable favorite of mine. The next box, or now I should say the next bag, gives us a little piece of plastic. What's this? What's this plastic? Oh, it's it's glasses. Oh, it's glasses. And that's actually for Nash. It comes with a little pair of specs. Let's cut the plastic here. very carefully, very, very carefully. Or is it over here that I... Let's see here. Very, very carefully. Just don't want to cause damage to these glasses. There we go. Pop the glasses out. And we'll go ahead and put them on his face. Completes the look after all. There we go. There's Nash. Kind of has that same similar curl. Yes, there was more boxes that fell on the floor. Kind of has a similar curl to that of Cammy. Just with a pair of glasses. And also a little more worse for wear, unfortunately. There's Nash. And then we are now down to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 boxes left. 5 boxes left. If you're just tuning in now, I know I always have to say that. If you're just tuning in now, we are looking at the Kidrobot Street Fighter 5 minis from the folks over at Kidrobot. To which the next one we have is Karen. Karen. All those little... Now, what would you call these? I'm not up in current, not very current when it comes to hairstyles. Certainly not women's hairstyles. What would you call these? Just like ringlets? Would that be a ringlet? Would they be a ringlet? I don't know. She does have a nice little bow on the back there as well. There is Karen. Still not limited at all by posability, just despite all the fact that she's got so much hair going on here. Here we have Karen. All right, another pause, if we will. Let's kind of just go through all the ones. Okay, so far we've got all of these except for Fang, right? We've got all these except for Fang. I think that's correct. And we don't have Armika, and we don't have Zangief. So if that's right, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. There's only 3, that's 2. There's only 3 missing, and we have 4 boxes. Now, the odds, though, Armika is 1 of 80. Ouch. Whammy slammy. That's pretty high. Although Dal Sim was 1 of 40. Zangief is 3 of 40, so there's a good chance maybe we might get him. Let's see. Let's find out. The only way we'll find out is by opening up the boxes. The next box gives to us... Let's see here. Oh, we have ourselves another Ryu. So what that actually gives us 2 Ryus and 2 Kens. Ryu. All right, we are getting down to the wire. This is the third last box of the Kidrobot Street Fighter 5 vinyl miniseries, which are new. They're out now in stores. Go check them out. Oh, there's one of the ones that we were missing. There's Fang. Fang. And his head looks like it's slightly... There we go. You're very welcome, Fang. Don't kill me. Thank you. There's Fang. Head articulation. Looks like his head wants to keep popping off, mind you. There we go. And then arm articulation as well. I like the hat. I love... Man, I wish I could pull off that look. The little tiny beard and the glasses and the hat. I like that. I dig that. I dig that, Fang. So there's Fang. Put him right there. 2 left. The second last box. Let's quickly get this opened up. We're now entering into the realm of almost 20 minutes. That's what happens when Spot opens up these cases. Sometimes they take a little longer, but I do appreciate that you guys stick around for the entire reviews. We have ourselves Zangief. 3 of 40, and we managed to get him. I think that's quite an accomplishment. He's slightly more darker colored, got a bit more of a tan going on there. Big old hairy chest. Ooh, can you imagine fighting him? And you just accidentally have your face against his chest and it's just a sweaty mess. Ooh, that would be one sweaty mess. As the back flap continues to sink, continues to sink, continues to sink, let's open up the final box and see how we are going to wrap up this video. Are we going to wrap this video up on a high? Are we going to get ourselves another double? What do you guys think? Any bets? Anybody want to take a wager on that? I guess it really doesn't matter because by the time you comment, the video probably is already over. You guys have already seen everything that's happened inside. But the final figure In the Kidrobot Street Fighter Series 5, we ended with another double, which is Zangief. Not that bad, really, when you think about it, because 3 of 40, we got 2 Zangiefs. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So it looks to me, with my little eye, Spot's little, minuscule, microscopic eye, the only one we didn't get was Armika, which really, if you think about it, the fact that she's 1 of 80, that's a lot. That's a high risk factor of us actually getting her. The chances are very slim to none. So I think actually as a whole we did pretty good as we managed to get every single figure except for the one that was 1 of 80. We even got ourselves the question mark character. Today we were having a look, there's one of the boxes right there, we're having a look at the brand new Kidrobot Street Fighter 5 vinyl mini figures. These are now currently in stores, in comic book stores, so scope them out with your eyes, scope them out, find them on the shelf, beeline right there, pick them up. That's what you should do. Today though we're having a look at the Kidrobot Street Fighter 5 vinyl mini figures. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's got more collectible spots heading your way. Promsies. I would not fib about that. As always, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.